How do we stand out online? It's a big topic, right? Because the world is so noisy. Digital is so noisy. And what is the one thing that is going to make a difference? Hey, I'm Monique. I'm a keynote speaker on the topic of storytelling, and I specialize in three types of stories: storytelling that we can use in media, marketing, and sales, storytelling that we use as leaders and to connect with our teams and transform culture, and then finally, most importantly, the stories that we tell ourselves, because those stories become the beliefs that we live our life by. So, stories can hold us back or accelerate us towards success. It's a choice. So it kind of gives you a bit of a clue. How can you stand out online? Tell more stories. There's this great quote that I read somewhere that information informs, but stories transform. So whether you are wanting to build trust and transform somebody who's following you online into perhaps either a raving fan or a cheerleader or somebody who buys your product, tell a story of transformation. And it could be as simple as sharing a transformational story of a client you've worked with. That's why testimonials work really, really well. Now, when it comes to leadership, if you are struggling to connect with people, tell a story. What it does is, especially when you're sharing a personal story, it shows your humanity and your vulnerability, and people will connect with that. It develops emotional resonance with your team. And in fact, encourage storytelling culture within your team and watch the transformation. And then point number three, stories with you. Now, it's really amazing when people have started to share their own personal stories about their journey, how they've overcome challenges and demonstrate resilience. Not only is that amazing and transformational for the listener or the viewer, it's also incredibly cathartic for you as the storyteller. So they are super powerful and one of the best tools you can actually use in all areas of your life. And when you share real stories, especially in a world where AI is taking over, we don't know quite what's real and what's not. When we share a real, authentic story from human to human, that story is not just heard and seen, it's felt. And when people feel, it becomes real, and that's what builds trust. You and your story are your competitive advantage across every other person in the same industry, category, or niche that you do or that you are in. So share your story. Make some time to work out what it is. Make sure it has value for others and share it with wild abandon because stories matter.